Good afternoon, everyone. How are we doing today? You'll have to excuse me, this isn't set up. I am just mega busy, but I promised you another video on the Thursday, so I wanted to get it out. But I didn't think, well, I figured you guys wouldn't mind if I carried on painting and getting this stuff squared away whilst I'm talking to you, because I want to get this done. Can you guess what this is? If you've seen my Instagram page, well, in the past, I think you might have an idea of what it is, but you might see it in a second when I turn it around. But yeah, so anyway, right, so you'll have to excuse because the angle's a bit off. So today, the chat was about keeping a home work-life balance, right? That was what I said I was going to do today, so that's what we're going to do. And the reason I thought I'd bring this up is because so many people have started doing woodworking in the last 12 months because they've been laid off, or they've started a small business, whatever, because they've been laid off, and probably struggling with it a little bit because it might be the first time they've run a business in their lives, might be the first time they've struggled to be, or they've had to be motivated about boss or that sort of stuff, or just struggling in general with it. So, how do we keep a home life balance? Well, it's not as easy as you would think. He says at the start of every video that he does. I've got kids, right? So I've got 3 beautiful children and I love them very much. Trying to run a business, or trying to start a business, right, whilst looking after, or whilst having 3 young children is difficult, because at some point you've got to acknowledge the fact that you're going to be staying late at work, you're going to be working hard, you're going to be putting the hours in, and the chances are that means you're going to miss out on stuff, which is where the whole work-life balance comes in. All right, and I'll caveat this with, I am not perfect by any stretch of the means, by any means of the stretch. Like, is that a word? Means of the stretch of the means? I don't know. I'm not perfect, right? I've screwed up, I've made mistakes, and what I'm going on here for you lot, or what I'm saying is, what am I trying to say? I've come out with it through my own mistakes and my own screw-ups, I guess. So yeah, so I'm not like some Muppet rambling, well, I mean I probably am a Muppet rambling on, but yeah, you get the picture, right? So, for me, personally, the thing that I've learned is, do you know what? Do you know what the most important thing is? Is your children. Is your family, is your spouse, is your significant other, whatever way you want to look at it. They are what is important, because they are what you are doing this for, right? Now, I'll give you a bit of a background. We started out in an 8x10 garage, like this much space. So the roller door is how much we started out in. And we started out doing bits and pieces with next to nothing. Like we had like a, I'm gonna see if I can find it out, we had a hand-built table saw made from MDF and an old motor, right? That's how we started out. And we built this, you know, and it's taken us six or 7 years, something like that. And we built it up from nothing, like absolutely nothing. We moved to a 750 square foot shop, then we've moved to this, like, it's basically 2,500 square foot with the office and all the other bits and pieces. And that's awesome, and it's amazing, and I am so proud of what we've achieved, like you just wouldn't believe. But that has come at a cost, and that cost is lots of 80-hour weeks. Okay, so before I started doing this full-time, I had a full-time job. I was a surveyor for a local housing association, and I used to work 35, 40 hours a week there. I used to finish work at 4:30. I used to go home, get changed, and work until 8, 9, sometimes 10 o'clock at night. Every night, well, mostly 10 o'clock at night, to be fair, for the first year. Every night for the first year. And it was so I did that for maybe 2 years, and then after that I started doing this full time. But up until that point, yeah, I was effectively working two full-time jobs. And so obviously home life took a hit, right? And I'm super proud of what we've done. I'm really proud of what we've achieved. Do I think it's worth it? I don't know. I don't think so, to be honest. like I said, I'm really proud of what we've achieved, but I don't think the sacrifices that I've had to make are maybe worth what we've achieved. I think it would have been better if maybe I'd taken a bit more time and it taken another year to get us where we are, right? But I mean, life's weird like that. You never know what happens, right? Something comes out of left field and changes everything. And that's happened a bunch of times. So anyway, right, so the point I'm getting at is I'm really proud of what we've achieved, but if I had the opportunity to do it again, I probably wouldn't have done it in the like how I've done it now. You know, bear in mind, right, me and the missus, we run the business together, so we see each other all the time, but there's a difference between quality time with your kids and with your spouse, your missus, whatever, and work time. Work time with Michelle, as much as fun as it can be, it's not quality time, right? And you need to, and that's really important to remember, is there's a difference between quality time and just normal time or work time. So I guess something to remember, right, is there's always more money to be made. Always more money to be made. You can just drip that all over my hands, look, minging. So you can always make more money, right? But you can never get more time. So time is by far the most precious thing, in my opinion, that any of us will ever have. Like, money is nothing for me. I mean, money's nice, don't get me wrong, it is nice and it does make life easier, but it's not the be all and end all. Health, you know, being happy, being fulfilled, my children's health, Michelle's health, they're all super important to me, more so than any sort of money. Now, yeah, I think that's really important. Time is a killer, right? You're never going to get that time back that you lose, so you have to make sure that whatever you're sacrificing it for is going to be worthwhile. So if you're sacrificing time, you darn sure better make sure that you better make sure you're putting the effort in to make it worthwhile. So I would always say, you know, if you're going to do something, do it. Don't half-arse it, just do it and smash it, and then enjoy your time with your family. I guess what I'm trying to say is that the most important thing in life isn't your money, isn't your business. It's the time that you have with the people that you love. And yeah, I think that is the most important thing, right? I think it's very, very, very easy to become, not complacent, complacent's not the right word, but I think it's very, very, very easy to lie to yourself, right? So I think I've said this before. I listened to a podcast, I can't remember who it was on, and basically it was a pastor talking to some other people, and he sat there and he said, you could be the world's worst salesman, right? You couldn't be able to sell anything to anybody, but you can sell a lie to yourself, right? And that's something we can all do, is we can all lie to ourselves, we can all pretend to ourselves that something's perfect, it's better, and it isn't. So the idea behind the lie comment, right, is that we can lie to ourselves and say that work is more important, that the business is more important, that making money is more important, that sitting there until 2 o'clock in the morning finishing invoices is important, but it is, but it isn't. If you're finishing invoices at 2 o'clock in the morning, you need to look at the way that you're working, or how you're earning money. Because if you need to do that much work to earn that money, then maybe you need to be looking at something else, or maybe you need to be charging more money or something. I don't know. So what we're saying, work-life balance, right? How do you have a good work-life balance? Identify what's important in your life, which your priorities should be your family and the people that you love. And then, if it wants to be your business, then go for your business. But never forget that you'll never get the time back. You'll never get that time back that you lose with your kids, your missus, family, whatever. And ultimately, the most important thing and our most important valuable resource is our time. And for me personally, as enjoyable as all of this is, and as proud as I am of everything that we've worked for, and I tell you what, it has been graft, right? It's not been easy. Don't ever go into a business thinking it's going to be easy. But yeah, your missus, kids, your partner, whatever, your family, your loved ones, they're what's important in life. And that's really where your focus should be. By all means, graft, earn your money, make your business work, but don't do it at the expense of those people that you love. Because money ain't gonna give you a hug at night, right? It's not gonna make you feel better when you feel sick. It's not gonna come and look after you when you need it. And yeah, man, those are the important things in life, right? So yeah, so I guess that's my take on it. What do you think? Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm talking rubbish? Do you think there's a better way to do it? A better way to look at it? I mean, I guess there's lots of systems and lots of ways that lots of things that you can put in place, but I think ultimately you need to identify what your priorities are and then sit there and move from that on out, right? So priorities are my family, priorities are my business. But your family comes first, so you spend this time with your family. Business is important, and yeah, don't get me wrong, of course there's going to be weeks where you might have to work 80 hours, there's going to be nights where I don't go home till 10, 11 o'clock because something needs to be done, or I've got a project to do, or I've promised somebody something's going to get sorted out. But it's got to be my choice, right? And it's got to be the choice that fits in with my priorities in life. So, like you'll never get me not going to like a kids' sports day, one of my kids' sports days, or a play or something like that, because it's all about memories, man. The kids remember those sorts of things. So those, I guess. But that comes back to making quality time, right? Comes back to making quality time and not just being there. And I think the other thing that's really important is you're going to be running a business, you're going to have to smash it, you're going to have to work hard, but you make sure when you are there, you're present. I read this thing before Christmas, man, I can't remember what it is, but it was basically like rules for life, and number one was be present. When you're there, you're there. Put your phone down, get off social media, stop watching YouTube. When you're there with them, you're there with them. So yeah, so that's my rambling for 10 minutes. You tell me what you think. Drop us a comment down below. If you like it, subscribe. If you really like it, hit that notification bell. Thank you for stopping by, and yeah, and keep your eyes peeled. Cause I got a video coming up in the next couple of days, all about push sticks. So that's going to wind up a load of people. So that'll be fun, eh? Love to put the cat under the pigeon. Put the cat amongst the pigeons. Right, it's time for me to go home. You have a good one. You take it easy, and I shall catch you next time. All right?